Hi, my name is Olawa, and today I want to talk about love, desire, and romance through the lens of how we strive to attain them, especially in this present age. And if you see me looking down, it is just because I'm reading from my notes because I'm a yapper and I might just drift from the old points. Now, as somebody who studies love in its entirety, I want to put something out to you about desiring. Love is an emotion that, apart from being unconstrained, right, is natural and universal. It is a universal emotion. But the universality of love is not indicating parallelism, in contrast to how we have been made to believe and know that, oh, if they do this thing, they don't, if you feel this, if you do this, they don't. You know what I'm talking about. Love, okay, desiring and wanting do not and does not happen to every person in the same way, which is why I will always say something like dating advice is useless. Just because a certain situation, okay, no matter how corresponding to one or the other it may seem, has its own specifications. Okay, there is no way in the world that something that happened to and with you happen exactly the same way with and to some other person, and the way that they process the situation is how you will or you are supposed to, or is the best way that you should handle your situation as well. Another thing I will also always say is that dating should be fun, okay? And let's take it away from dating, okay? Everything you do with and in your life, you should always find a way to have fun while doing them, okay? And this dating should be treated as a way to self-discovery. But when you have cultivated this habit of navigating your love life on the basics of what is popularly regarded, mapped out formats, advice, do and don't, right? You never get to give yourself the chance to be settled when you are in romantic relationship, because you're always looking for signs that this person or the union may not fit the direction or the description that you've been provided with. And when you're not settled, how can you have fun? Another thing you do to yourself is also denying yourself the chance to get in tune with your intrinsic desires and what you fundamentally look for in romantic relationships. We listen to so many advice on the media from friends and families that something that should be explorative as dating becomes so stifling, just because of the amount of voice that we have to consider when we feel the emotion of love and when we navigate our romantic relationships, which is paradoxical because the emotion of love is spontaneous. We are working around with premeditations, and I think it is so important that we recognize just how repressing this is in relation to being. Okay, you have to be able to recognize and identify what you look for in romantic relationships in order for you to be able to attain that and give yourself the chance to show up as authentically as possible. And if you ask me of what essence is authenticity to this whole thing, I will tell you, because authenticity, help you keep the people who are not meant to be in your life away the fastest. In another word, authenticity help you save time. And on the note of authenticity, I know and I believe that majority of us are not doing that job of understanding and identifying our desires, especially romantic desires, and putting it out there, because of course the dating field, right, relationship love field, is an already curated entity that you better go with this mapped out format, or else you might just not belong. So I think it is people believe it is practical that you just see what everyone, or at least majority of people, look for seek in romantic relationship and go in pursuit of exactly that. But just like we feel the emotion of love in nuanced ways, okay, we also desire in different diverse way. If we are very true to ourselves, we're going to realize that we hold very non-identical space for love, desire, want from everyone else, even from our friends. A certain person may desire partnership for the sole purpose of procreation. I know we all do, but for some people, that is the whole point of the whole thing. If that is taken away, they don't see any point in romantic togetherness. While some people may manage, probably they think safety and a sense of belonging is much more important, and some other people, they are going after, or they want romantic partnership just for the sole purpose of giving and receiving love, that no matter what they manage to gain from that romantic relationship, or marriage, or whatever that is, if anything threatens their main desire, they might just not be having it. And at the same time, okay, alongside all this preference, okay, lies all these various feasible and unseen strands that birth these proclivities, okay, personal preferences, okay, values, standpoint, sometimes religious belief, cultural vantage, people's circumstances play a part in what they love and how they pursue romantic relationship. Romantic needs and wants are highly individualized, but because it is this mapped out entity, we are treating it as a one size fits all flux. We have people projecting their own standards onto us on a daily basis, and I may not be able to tell you without exception, or like exactly how this is a negative impact, especially on modern dating, but it is clear as a day that desiring, okay, now is treated as a subscription service and no longer as a feeling. Bring me to cite this sentence from an essay I read on Substack, where she said, "I wonder what romantic love would feel like if I'd never seen a romantic comedy, if I'd allowed myself to figure it out before a commodified version was sold to me." You see, because of certain people's imagination and preference and whatever it is, we have been conditioned to experience love and navigate romantic relationships in certain ways that may not even be reflecting what we truly desire, because we don't want to let the romance, the marriage, the relationship community down, and that goes at the expense of genuine expression, genuine experience, you see, genuine discovery. You have to be able to give yourself the chance to space out what you want, what you love, what you desire, how you want this thing, and how much space you are willing to hold for love and desire and romance, and be able to be confident in that, just because this is your life, okay? And never should nobody have that much power to be in charge of orchestrating, okay, designing and handling out how you should live your life, essentially.